Hello, welcome to studio vlog number 1. So I started this yesterday and didn't record an intro to it. I just kind of jumped in because that's how my ideas come to me sometimes, and this is one that's been bumping around in my head forever. Not forever, but a few weeks now, and sometimes I just have to get them out. So I want to relaunch Lucky Jones before I really dive into ceramics, but this is an idea that just had to come out of my brain. So at some point, the wall hanging will translate to ceramics. But for now, so in this vlog, you can see why it took so long for me to do it, because I kept having to stop and it was ridiculous. So this is going to be a more in-depth studio vlog. So this isn't a DIY. This is just me having an idea, executing it, running into roadblocks, and all of my other detours in between. So I hope you enjoy this little vlog, and there will be more, and they'll probably be equally ridiculous, but okay, right now I'm making a prototype for a wall hanging. It's going to be porcelain, but the one I'm making right now is polymer clay. So I'm doing a template first because I can't live without them. And I don't know what's wrong with my printer. The first one I printed way too big. That is way bigger than I wanted to be, or at least the test run of one. That printed fine. I don't have a great printer, but I sized it down and I printed out a second one. I don't know what's going on with this thing. It was doing this back when I changed the ink. Yes, ink. Words are hard. And I don't know. I don't know what the deal is. It's just an old HP printer. This will work for this purpose, but I can't print anything else. It just does this. And I've cleaned the heads like a million times. I don't know. I might just need a new printer. We'll see. I think I need to get an X-Acto for that and find my mat. Really need to get a smaller mat, but this will have to do for now. I've had this mat since college, since freshman year actually. A lot of broken off X-Acto blades in this mat. Alright, this one's not great. I should probably replace it, but this will get the job done for now. Okay, so that is exactly what I wanted. We'll see if it works. That's the whole point. Alright, I've also had this clay for years. So I used to use it in college for making prototypes of things. But they're still good, if a little dusty. I don't actually know how much clay I'll need. This is not a science, you guys. Oh, it needs conditioned really bad. It's really crumbly. It'll work though. It always does. I can't remember the last thing I used it for. Let's see. Maybe some of the little crumbles. Wow. So many. Okay. This is probably good. So now I'm going to condition this clay. So what I'm going to do is roll it out on this piece of paper because it soaks up a lot of it leaves like grease spots. I'll show you when I'm done with this what I'm talking about, but right now I'm just going to roll this out with this. It's a fondant roller, or fondant for the fancy, but that's what I use to roll out my polymer clay. I also use this for other ceramical things. And I'm just gonna pop all these little air bubbles that are in here too, just like I do with clay. See, look at all the dirt in this. I don't know if you can see, but it's very dirty. That's why this is just for a prototype. I did see a tutorial though for using nail polish remover to kind of take that out. Of course it kind of weakens it, but for this purpose, like, this is just going to be a wall hanging, so it wouldn't matter. So I'm just going to keep rolling this until everything's flat enough that it aligns with the width of that. Alright, I think I'm going to call that done. And now I'm going to cut it out from this side actually. So I'm going to take one of my ceramic tools and mark this to cut it out. And by ceramic tools, I mean a fancy messed up dental tool. This is what I use when I'm working with regular clay as well. Trying not to be a perfectionist, but, well, I am, so. I did good. Alright, so what I'm going to do is actually transfer this back to my cutting mat. Or maybe not my cutting mat. I might just use a piece of cardboard because I don't want to get the polymer clay on my cutting mat. See, look, here's all my test prints. Don't know what happened. I'm just going to use all this paper to cut out this because polymer clay cuts really easily. So I don't need to bear down too hard on it to cut it out. So I don't want to cut this out. I don't want to remove this piece before I cut that out because that's going to be too weak. And it's just going to piss me off. Okay, now, could have used the X-Acto knife too. I'm going to take that part out. Now, so there we go. That's exactly what I wanted. So I'm just gonna clean it up a little bit before I move it. And I'm probably, this part doesn't matter all that much because it's gonna be covered by yarn. Yeah, that's pretty much exactly what I wanted. And now I'm gonna bake it. And a tip that I learned about is to make a tile sandwich. So I just got these two really cheap tiles. They're like 59 cents a piece at Lowe's. And I'm going to, see, they're shiny. So when you bake polymer clay, you have to put it on like paper or something to keep it from being shiny or picking up the surface that you bake it on. So I'm actually going to sandwich it between two pieces of paper and these two tiles. So that's supposed to help keep the air bubbles from making the surface all like, so we'll see how that goes. Transfer this. What I'm gonna do, see, this is also why I use paper, because it makes it easier to transfer stuff from surface to surface, because I don't want to really mess up my little, like a smiley face. So I'm going to kind of bring that back to where I want it to be, because I knew that was going to be a little weak, and that's okay, because I knew that. Now I'm just going to do that and that, and that is my tile sandwich. So now I'm going to heat my oven, and I'm also going to show you like the oils. Let's see if I can show you this. If you can see, yeah, you can see what the oils in the polymer clay do to a piece of paper. So that's why I didn't want, I know it makes it kind of not sticky, but just, I don't know. It's a weird sticky kind of surface. We'll call it sticky. So yeah. And so this is also kind of I'm testing out the baking time too, because normally it says to do it for 15 minutes per 6 millimeters or 1/4 inch of thickness. So since it's between the tiles, I'm gonna have to do it a little longer than that, but we shall see. I'm gonna play it by ear. I'll let you know what I come up with. All right, so I ended up baking it for a total of like 40 minutes, I think. I can't do math, I don't know. This is why this is just a prototype. I don't like using polymer clay because it's just, I don't know, maybe I'm doing something wrong, but it's just always like somewhat flexible, and I don't know, I don't love it. So this is supposed to be the front, but it's a little bumpy. It did help using the tile sandwich, but it's still, I mean, I didn't spend a lot of time conditioning this, so that's also part of it, but it is nice and flat. The back side actually looks the best, so I think I'll use this side. So next I'm gonna kind of clean up the edges, and I'm gonna try the nail polish remover and see how that helps, because maybe I will end up using the front and file it down. I don't know, we'll see. For now, I'm going to sand this down. I'm using this 3M Sandblaster 320 grit because it's what I've got. So, we shall see. Alright, yeah, I think I am going to use this side. It's cleaner. Oh, well, there's a little bit I can try to take out here, but overall, it looks way better than that side. So I'm gonna use this side, and I have a little tool. I don't know, I might not need to clean this up. Well, I'll need to clean up right there, but I guess I can do this. But I do, somewhere I have a little tool. They're kind of, there's little sandpaper stick things, and you can buy them at Hobby Lobby, Michael's, I think. And they're just little sandpaper sticks for hard to reach areas. Let me see if there's one in my drawer real quick. So I did find one. So it's just a little stick, and it's abrasive, so you can clean areas like this. I think that'll be fine for now. Alright, so now I'm gonna clean this up. Alright, so I'm gonna try this little cleaning hack. Got this acetone nail polish remover, and I'm gonna try it on this side and see what happens. I do have a little streak right here that I might mess with, but might not. We'll see. So you can see it kind of takes off some of the clay, but not a big deal because this is a prototype. But kind of a cool trick. So for this one, I'm actually going to use gold leaf, and I guess I should probably let this, this has been sitting a while, so I'll mix it up a little bit. I don't want to shake it because I don't think you're supposed to. Anyway, I'm just using this pretty old crappy brush, and I'm just going to paint a circle or oval. It's more of an oval. Okay, now to let that sit and dry. Okay, so this is sitting about 15 minutes. I think you're supposed to wait till like 30, but I'm too impatient. So it's the Speedball metal leaf. I've had this for a long time, at least a few years. That one's ripped, so I'll try another one. Also, it got bent somehow, so boo. Because it just, oh god, it just breaks apart so easily. So, you know what? Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna cover up this part of it. I'm doing this not the way you're supposed to, but since this is messed up, I'm doing it this way. Alright. See? This is why I don't use this. You're supposed to use a paintbrush, so let me do this the right way. So you're supposed to use a soft brush. I have no idea where mine went. I'm just going to use this makeup brush that I never use. And you just smooth down every part where the adhesive is. So that's smooth enough. And then you just start carefully brushing away the edges of it. And I'm going to attempt to save some of this, so we'll see. Alright, that part I'm not going to bother saving, but basically you just brush away all the stuff that's not glued down. Alright, so that's pretty much exactly what I was going for. I love the look of gold leaf, but I hate the wasted gold leaf, and gold luster isn't cheap either, but you know. Alright, so then you're supposed to seal it. So I'll go ahead and do that. And the sealer comes with the kit. So you just follow the directions. Do what it says. Mine's a little dried up, so it's not all dried up, it's just the top of it like that. So it says stir before use. I think it's okay. I'm going to start with paperclip because that's what's on my desk right now, and I'm too lazy to get up and find something to stir this with. And then you just take it looks like glue, and brush it over. And I'm just going to do it over the very edge of it because it does have a little bit of shine to it, and I don't want it all over. So I'm gonna let that dry. Something I don't like about it is you can see the brush marks, at least the previous times I've used this. You could see the brush marks when it dries, and even when I do it really thinly, you can still see it. So that's why I'm not gonna just use gold leaf, or another reason why I'm not gonna just use gold leaf. So I'll let that dry. Okay, so yep, these glasses are broken. I'm at Joann's. Well, I'm in the parking lot at Joann's because I need some yarn. I went through my yarn stash and I don't really like what I have, so I'm at Joann's. But I got here and the parking lot is empty. I mean, I think Joann closes at 8, but still, I was like, is Joann's closed right now? Y'all look at this parking lot. Like, they're not even here. This parking lot is empty. But Joann's still open, so let's go. I also really need a new mat for my silhouette, but it's old. And they don't have what I need either. Womp womp. I went to pay and my debit card is not in my wallet. So now I'm checking my car because the last time I even remember using it was when we got Wendy's for dinner last night, and it's not in my car. I don't know. Oh my god. So it dawned on me that we got dinner at Wendy's last night and they didn't hand me my card back. And I called them just to see if it was there. They have it. They've had my card for almost 24 hours. So I'm about to drive back up to North Charleston to retrieve my debit card from Wendy's. So I got my debit card. Did Ollie? I'm covering up my number so you can't steal my information. Yeah. I had to walk up to the drive-through window because they're closed to remodel. So it's never boring. Never boring. It is 7:48 now. I could probably make it back to Joann, but I have to drive all the way back to West Ashley, and I would make it probably within 2 minutes of closing, which my yarn is still up at the register, but I think I could get the same yarn at Michael's, and they're open until 9. So I am going back to West Ashley. But I'm on to Michael's, so alright, let's go. I love this little parking spot, and I'm totally parking here. Look how cute, look how meant for me this parking spot is. Boop, boop. Seriously, so cute. Nope, too early for that. Yarn, and they have my cutting mats. Well, they're not my cutting mats, but I'm gonna cut it down to be my cutting mat. Alright, so that was a fun adventure. Well, I guess I'll show you my little mini Michael's haul. Whatever. So that's the thing I'm doing now, I guess. I got a new silhouette cutting mat. It's not the right mat. This is for the Cameo. I'm gonna have to cut it down because I don't even think they make my mat anymore. I could still probably buy it on eBay or Amazon for not what I want to pay. Not that this was cheap either, but at least I could get it. But I have the Silhouette SD, so I've had that a while. I got that after I graduated college, so that was like 2012. So they don't make the Silhouette SD anymore, and apparently the Silhouette Portrait mats fit it, but I don't know where to find those either. So, cutting mat that I will cut down. So, got that. And I found my yarn, and I ended up getting even more yarn. Also that fuzzy baby yarn. I bought it because I think I want to try to make some with that too. I don't think it'll work out for this one. I could try. I don't think it's quite thick enough to cover all of the... So this turned out pretty good, except for that little bump of like sealer, but you know what? That's why it's a prototype. So, baby velvet yarn. This is what I'm probably going to use. Just a chunky white yarn, just something really simple for now, because this isn't gonna be like, you know, the final version of this thing. I got this little Lion Brand Re-Up yarn. Apparently it's recycled cotton, and they're like $2 for these little things. I got a few. Oh, just kidding, I got a little sugar and cream thing too. But so a couple different ones of those. I want to try like smaller wall hangings and earrings too, so these are for the purpose of wall hangings, so not totally useless, and they're only $2 a piece. And also earrings. Did I just say earrings? So these are just flat post earrings, and these are so much of an upgrade from the ones I already have. And so these are like the shiny metal, and they're supposed to be nickel free, and I may or may not be. Interesting. So these are plated iron. Who knew? And these are plated brass. The more you know. So yeah, now I'm going to put the yarn on my little wall hanging, and I'm so excited. I'm really happy about how this turned out. I hope this is kind of the effect I get when I do the luster, like if I do it on unglazed clay. That's something I'm gonna have to get into later. But right now, I'm just going to cut pieces of yarn and probably watch something on Netflix while I finish my wall hanging. Alright, so I'm really happy with how this turned out. I'll probably hang it on the wall in the morning. My super glue is dried up, so that was what I was going to use to hang some hardware on the back. I'll probably get a little more creative with that because I didn't want to put a hole in the top of it, but I don't know. This is just a prototype, but I'm happy with it. I'm gonna hang it on the wall tomorrow and hopefully hang up the rest of my artwork because I have a pile that I want to hang up. Yay! Okay, now I have a lot to do to figure out how to do that in porcelain. Oh well. So happy with how that turned out. It wasn't my exact plan to do the little design on it, but I thought it needed something else, and that was it. So I just doodled with my Posca markers on top of the sealed gold leaf. So if I do that in porcelain, I probably will just leave that blank. So I'll mask it with the gold foil. But I probably won't do that design exactly, but that was just what I did for that one. So I'll probably do different designs. Not all of them will have the gold leaf or the gold luster. I'm very excited that turned out. So I'm gonna wrap this up because this is really long for this one thing. As you can see, there are many detours in everything I do. Until next time, like, subscribe, and all that fun stuff, and I'll see you in the next studio vlog. Bye!